Item number 3, don't ask questions that aren't questions. Now, this is something that personally I struggle with, and that's why I included it in this post, because you know what? I want to model that kind of humility. So when we want something, we tend to feel anxious about it. And when we feel anxious, we linguistically, we pull our punches. Instead of saying, this is the thing I want, we say, is it possible that I could have this? And when you add a question into a statement, it gives the person you're talking to the opportunity to say no. And the more anxious we are, the more wishy-washy in our language we get, which makes it easier for the person we're talking to say no. Now, you are probably listening to this and reading this because you're struggling at some level with getting your kids to do what they're supposed to do. So it makes sense that you're going to have a certain amount of anxiety around giving this demand task. That's okay. That's normal. But it's the sort of thing that we're going to say it like it's a directive because it is a directive. No kid in the history of kids has ever wanted to sit down and do their homework. So when we ask, do you want to do this? You know the answer is going to be no. So instead we say, it's time to do your homework. And the kid says, well, I don't want to. It's like, I know you don't want to, right? But I'm not asking. I'm giving you an instruction. There's a big difference between an instruction and screaming, like, it's time to do this now. It's this, I know you don't want to, but it's time to do it. It's a clear instruction. We're not asking for something that isn't really a question. You know, I have a 2-year-old at home, and the other day I asked her, do you want to go upstairs and take a nap? And she literally threw her toy at my face and ran away and hid under the dining room table. Because she doesn't want to take a nap. She wants to watch more Bubble Guppies. Who wouldn't want to watch more Bubble Guppies? Instead, like I said, I struggle with this. I said, it's nap time. She's still not thrilled about it. But when I ask it as a question, I am inviting her response, and it's likely to be a response I don't want, which now I feel bad. I feel off my game, and I'm more emotional. She's gained some power over me. It's not a good situation to get a difficult thing done. Take a breath and then say, this is the thing we're going to do right now. And you're going to say, I don't want to. Now, that's okay. We're going to anticipate that. But because you didn't ask it as a question, you're still having a conversation. It's not a back and forth. It's not a dialogue. It's I've said this thing. It's time to do this thing. So don't ask questions when they're not actually questions.